Well, hello there, podcast family, and welcome back to another episode of Tea with Lee. Yes, season 2 is well underway. It's me, Lee, your cruise director. As many of you know, I do work as a cruise director normally, unfortunately, not for a little while, but we are remaining optimistic. Before we go any further, I do have to make it very clear that this podcast is not representative of or affiliated with Carnival Cruise Line in any way, shape, or form. This is an independent podcast production, so I need to make that very clear. Once again, I've got an exciting special guest co-host. We'll see where this conversation flows. I'm catching up with a member of the Carnival Cruise family, but once again, this has nothing to do with Carnival Cruise Line. I hope you're having a great day, whatever you're doing, wherever you're listening from, and thank you so much for tuning in. If you haven't already done so, please consider subscribing on our various podcasting platforms, and if you've got the time, leave a rating and a review, because it's really going to help the show grow. Well, with all of that out of the way, I suppose it's time to give a call to our special guest today. Hello.
Hello.
Hello there, cheeky Charlie. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Fantastic. Thank you for joining me here on Tea with Lee.
No problem. I'm really excited to finally be on Tea with Lee.
Yeah, you've been such a huge supporter of all of my online endeavours and ventures. So thank you so much for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure. I feel honoured. I actually do.
Well, I think we should start things off with this episode with a quick getting to know you. I'm pretty sure that there's a decent handful of cruising listeners that know who you are, but maybe some of them don't. So how about we open this episode with a little getting to know you. So, cheeky Charlie, tell us a little bit about who you are and where you're from.
Well, my name is Charlie, also known as Cheeky Charlie. I'm 28 years old and I am originally from Bermondsey in London, but now I live in West Sussex in Horsham.
I love that intro. It makes me feel like you're on a TV game show.
Been on shits too long, I think.
Yeah. So what led you to working on cruise ships? Because people love to know about people's backstory.
Oh, the gossip. Well, I've been in the performing arts for over 20 years. I've been doing it since I was a little kid. I started dancing because my coordination, it still hasn't changed. My coordination was terrible. And my mum was like, let's get her into dancing. So I started doing that. And then I started to sing from the age of 5 and acted quite lately at the age of 10. After that, I went to a performing arts college and then studied at university, did a couple of gigs at some holiday parks, and then ended up on cruise liners, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, that's really cool. So you've got a theatrical background, much like myself, really. That's cool.
Jazz hands all the way. That's
really cool. So putting you on the spot, what's your favourite musical?
Oh, don't.
I did it.
That's so hard. I mean, I've got my top 5, but my ultimate favourite would probably be Phantom of the Opera. It was the first ever musical I went to see. And funny enough, my mum, I was 11 when I went to see it. You're meant to be 12, but she was like, here's a list, because back in the day you could actually just look for a newspaper. It would just have a singular like little tab. It wouldn't have the poster or anything. She'd be like, pick a musical. I went literally that one, and she was like, are you sure it's an opera? I was like, yeah, let's go with it, let's go on the flow. And I just fell in love with it ever since. So I think Phantom is my favourite. So
an absolute classic. I've got a couple of very good friends that are in love with Phantom of the Opera as well. So now we know you a little bit better. What job did you do on board?
I started off as fun squad, and I have done for the past 5 years, but then I ended up becoming senior fun squad, which means, you know, you get a little bit more responsibility and you're watched a lot more, but it basically I just entertain the guests doing trivias, karaoke, bingo, and help you as the cruise director bring entertainment to life on board cruise ships.
Yes, indeed you do, and you were an incredible help, especially when you joined us most recently on the Carnival Splendor. So, Charlie, tell me, what's your favourite part of your job? Because as Fun Squad, you have to do a lot. You've got a lot of responsibilities, but if you had to pick one thing that you really enjoyed doing, what was your favourite thing? I
think my favourite thing would probably be the Dr. Seuss parade and story time. It just because I love kids. I love kids and I love the books. I think they're so good. And the parade part is just where you can go absolutely nuts and you can just have a great time. And then you come in, you take over. And then when back in the day, when we used to do the Cat in the Hat, we used to use a lot of props and it would just either go one or two ways, really, really well, or the props would always hit my head because I'm the shortest of the team and it used to whack me and give me a concussion. So, yeah. I'm not sure that Charlie actually got a concussion if anybody is worried about her out there. Yeah, it's all right. I had a little bump on my head. I was cheeky cheeks by the end of it. Let's just put it that way. Well, yeah, the beauty of live theatre, I guess, and live performance. It's quite a thrill, especially when you add in a mix of volunteers that have no idea what they're doing. And, you know, that puts the magic sauce in the whole situation. But, okay, so you worked on ships, but for the last, almost 12 months, we've been at home due to the global pandemic, the global situation. So what have you been doing since you left the ships? Well, I went away for a little bit. I went on holiday for the first time. I went to Vegas for 2 weeks, which was incredible. I absolutely loved every moment of it. Then I went to Scotland for the weekend to go and visit a friend of mine. And then I was thinking, oh, yeah, we're going to get back to normal, but obviously things changed a little. So during my time, I've been quite independent. I've been working on my entertainment page, doing live Q&As, doing a load of cabarets. I did deck parties. And then I started to work at holiday parks in the UK just to help out there, bringing entertainment from sea to shore, and helping them out get the vibe going. I know it's very different in the UK. It's very different on land compared to abroad. But I started doing that. Then I worked in a toy shop for Christmas. And now I'm working in a care home providing entertainment. And then I'm going to another exciting job, which I will mention a little bit more about in a little bit. But yeah, I've been quite busy in terms of entertainment, which I've been very lucky and fortunate for. So I've been very, very blessed. You have. I mean, you've done a ton of different jobs right there. So you worked on holiday parks, like holiday resorts in the UK, doing light entertainment. You said it's like the ship, right? Yeah, pretty much like as a host, but I got to sing as well, which was very nice. I did my own cabarets. I discovered something pretty new because I've never done a cabaret before until I ended up getting these jobs. So I've now got like over 15 different cabarets prepared. So any occasion, any decade, any time. Wow, that's brilliant. And then you worked in a toy shop. Yeah, I worked at, it's a brand in the UK. It's called The Entertainer. It was so much fun. It was absolutely great. Obviously, with the restrictions, we couldn't play with the toys because normally you demonstrate. But I dressed up as an elf every day. It was the best month of my life. Incredible. And now you're working at a care home, you said? Yeah, I work in a care home looking after people with Alzheimer's, which is pretty amazing. And just doing activities that are going to benefit them with sound and physical activities and pretty much just having a good time. We're doing bingo on Friday, which they're so excited for, so I'm really excited for that. It's just like the ship. You will never escape bingo, Charlie. No, the Cheeky Charlie's bingo will always remain. They have to dabba, dabba, dabba every single number. So, Charlie, on a recent episode of my podcast, the last one, I was talking with Geraldine about the challenges that cruise ship workers are finding when they're trying to get jobs on land. But you've had a ton of jobs. Have you found it challenging to get sort of land jobs coming from working at sea? I think for me, like my CV is like 10 pages long, so it's very long because I've been working since I was 11, but applying for jobs has been very tricky, especially when the start of the lockdown in the UK happened. It was so hard. I was applying for major supermarkets, like basic jobs, but because so many people are applying, it's very hard to like get your name out. But when it came to the holiday parks, like the one that I went to in Devon, which is privately owned, they're looking for people, they're looking for entertainers. It's just, I always say this to people that have come up to me and gone, how have you found this work? I'm like, you just got to keep applying, because I apply every day. Like every day I apply for 10 jobs at least. One day I applied for 50, but that was like really stretching it. And yeah, I know, but that's what I always just say to people, like, if you don't do something about it, there's going to be nothing that you can do. And I always say to people, you got to be a doer, not a watcher. And for me, my parents brought me up that way. They said that you can't be sitting down all the time, which I hate. I'm a person that likes to get up and go. So for me, it's been tricky, but all I can say is if you really want a job, just apply for anything and everything that you're capable of doing. Obviously, don't stretch yourself too much, because I know cruise ship members are very diverse people, but just keep trying. I know it sounds a bit easier said than done, but that's all I've had to do. I've been very lucky. I applied for the newest job that I'm going to be going to about 3 months ago, and they only just got back to me. There's so many people out there in the same position. You're not alone. You just got to keep going. That's all I can say. It's been tricky, but I've just been pushing, and it's worked for me. So,
well, congratulations, and we're proud of you, all of us. I'm sure the guests that are listening that know you are super proud of everything that you're doing as well. Now, you keep teasing us with an exciting announcement of a job that you're going to go and do, but we'll keep people waiting on that just a little bit longer. Why not? So, Charlie, what has been your biggest adjustment coming back to life on land? Because it is a very different life when you're working and living at sea. So coming back to land, what's been your biggest adjustment?
Oh, I think my biggest adjustment has to be paying the bills and cooking. I love cooking, but it's such a weird thing. You get up in the morning, like I have no alarm now, which is kind of strange. I just get up, I brush my teeth, but the weirdest thing for me is probably just trying to figure out what you're going to do next. Like, what do you really need when I'm going food shopping? Like, what do I need to get? What am I going to eat today? You know, because on ships you have everything. We are so lucky. You know, we have food on ships, we have accommodation. Whereas here, I have to pay my mama bills, and mama need ching, ching, ching. And then I have to cook as well. So, which I'm not complaining, because I love cooking. Oh, I love cooking so much. But I think the biggest adjustment for me is getting back to normal, because I haven't been at home this long in years. I've been home now for 1.5 years, which has been so strange for me, because especially with lockdown, you can't see anyone, you can't do anything. So it's just like, it's just finding something to do, which is why I've been doing the cabarets and stuff. It's just trying to find yourself occupied and keeping you going, really. I think that's the biggest thing. So just paying bills and cooking, I think, has been the biggest adjustment for me. But I enjoy it, though. I enjoy it. It's been lovely to be home. I'm really grateful to have a family that I can be with. So
yeah, I can relate to that. I think it would be very easy for people to start stacking up negatives of why life is difficult, or, you know, the downsides of being home. But there are a lot of positives to having this time at home, as much as we miss it.
Yeah, I definitely agree. You know, I've been so happy that I get to spend time with my family. I'm not sure they're happy that I'm still here, because my mum keeps saying, just go back to ships, jokingly, obviously, but she just wants me to get back out there, and she just wants me to perform. And when I told her about the most recent job, she's like, oh, we get a free room, we can rent your room out. I'm like, oh, thanks, Mum, thanks a bunch. But
oh, well.
No, I love being home. It's just great. And where I'm at, I have so much around me. I have a forest near me, I can go walking. I have my pug as well, so I'm really happy to be back with my pug. I
think dogs are the biggest bonus of land life. I don't even have a pet dog, but the fact that I get to see dogs and my friends have got dogs, I think dogs are the real blessing of land life.
Definitely. And also they, especially during lockdown, they've been like they're home more. I can annoy them more. You know, my sister's working. She works on the computer all day and everything. So I take Ralph out. That's his name, Ralph. Yes, a very weird name for a dog, but, you know. And, you know, it's just so nice because he's like, oh, my God, she's taking me out. Oh, my God, we're going out today. And, oh, it's just so good. Like, I love it. And obviously a bit of working out as well. I've got my fitness machine outside. It's a bit frozen at the minute, but, you know, we'll skip that bit.
Oh, well. Right. Well, Charlie, I guess it's time for you to break your news. What is this exciting opportunity that you've been teasing us with? What are you going to go do?
So I said it before, like, I've been working at holiday parks. I'm actually going to another holiday park. I know I'm like a holiday park hip flip-flopper, but this one's like permanent. It's going to be like since I'm on land, and I'm going to be an entertainer at this holiday park, and I'm going to be like a vocalist, so I'll be doing cabarets every Friday, which I'm so excited about. And we're doing 3 pantos this year. Yes, 3 pantos, one at the beginning, one at the middle, and one at the end. I am so excited. My first featured role. I haven't played a villain in years, and I'm so excited.
Oh, I can tell. Now, for people that are listening that might not know what a panto is, because it's a very British tradition, that, Charlie.
Yeah, I keep forgetting about my Britishism slangs. Panto is pantomime. It's a joking, fun little play that basically you have like a dame, you have a villain, you have the hero, and it's something that we traditionally do at Christmas. But recently, obviously, with everything happening, pantomimes have been coming out a lot more, and we're doing 3 at ours. So we're doing a pirate-based one. I think we're doing a Christmas one, obviously, but then I don't know what the middle one is. I think it might be Halloween. But a pantomime is pretty much a show which is just full of comedy, full of really bad dad jokes. And I'm telling you, the show that we're doing, oh, there's some terrible dad jokes, like really, really bad. Some of them are ship jokes as well, which is funny enough, because there was one about, I can't remember, but it was just so funny when I read it. I was like, oh, that brings back memories.
Oh, well, you know, I love pantomime myself. My background before I ended up working at sea was touring with pantomime productions.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. I in fact did some pantomime-esque shows when I lived and worked in Hong Kong as well. So typically for any American listeners, if you think of children's theatre, but with a level of humour for the grown-ups as well. So if The Simpsons humour did a children's theatre production, you're kind of close. But yeah, it's great fun. I love doing pantomime. So that's really exciting for you. You're going to get to go and sing as well as be an entertainer like you were doing on the ships.
Yeah, I'm really, really excited. I've been wanting to work for this company for a very, very long time. And like I said, I applied 3 months ago. And with so many we are actually quite lucky. I know it's been a terrible year, but we've had holiday parks in the UK have been very lucky. They've been getting people from all different places all around the world coming to bring their entertainment to these little parks. And it's been so successful, so good. And there's so much opportunity. It's just at the moment, obviously, like I said, so many people are applying. So if you are ever going to apply, just be yourself, apply and wait. You've got to be patient. I've been so patient and waiting. I didn't expect it. I literally was at the care home. I was doing some training and I got a phone call randomly and I didn't think anything of it. And they were like, we want to offer you a job. And I was like, yep. So why not? You just got to be patient and just go with the flow.
Wow, well, good on you. I mean, I've had a few exciting opportunities open up to me this last week as well that feel like they've come out of nowhere. So I can relate to that. I can relate to that 110%. Listeners to the podcast will probably remember that I started this whole setup because I saw a job advertised for a presenter on the radio, but I identified that I had no relevant radio experience at all. You know, I speak on the PA system on the ship, and I do the live morning show on the TV on board, but as far as actual studio radio on-air experience, I didn't have any, so the chances of me getting that job were minimal. And off the back of that, I decided to start my own podcast so that I could build up experience doing stuff like this. And this last week, I've managed to secure a volunteer position at my local community radio, which is so exciting. So I'm just in the middle of doing all of my trainings and induction for that, but that's going to be really, really exciting. The thing is, it's a community radio, so it's local for my local area. So it's not going to be some big international radio show that you can all tune into on your radios, but it is available online.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, so as I get more details about when I'm going to be on air and doing my show, I will, of course, let everybody know the link to tune in, because I'm so excited to have this opportunity and super grateful that they would let me put a show together with no experience whatsoever.
I'm really excited because I've always said to you as well, you've got a natural voice for like voice acting or television work. Like I always said that, because even in the morning on the PA system, very gentle, very calm, very relaxing, because you do get some people that do like the morning announcements and just blare in your ear. I'm not going to say who, but there have been some people that go, yeah, you know, they're kind of loud.
Oh,
but
gosh.
you have such an articulate way of talking, and it's very calm and relaxing but energetic at the same time. You're like the yin and yang of like radio voicing.
Oh, well,
that's the best one.
I appreciate that. In fact, recently I felt that I had to do like a ton of research, so I've been listening to a lot of our like high level radio presenters as well as other presenters on the local station, just listening to how they link songs together and just the format of their shows. So I've been doing more research. I'm super excited about that as well. So I guess this podcast episode is all about exciting news and jobs and stuff. Fun. Yeah.
Oh, love it. Oh, but it makes me so excited that you're excited. I'm so happy right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's really nice to have a project to work on and something to look forward to in this real sort of period of unknown, because you know as well as I do, as well as people who are listening that are passionate or involved in cruising, that the timeline on the return to cruising is still unknown and highly dependent on a mixture of governments and the CDC and the Cruise Line International, what they call Cruise Line International Association. I got there eventually. CLIA. But yeah, so with that being such a mystery still, I'm really excited to have something short term that I can focus on. And the folk at the station have been really cool about me explaining that, I'm a cruise director, and when work starts up, I will be going back to sea, and they're really supportive. I said I'd be enthusiastic to come back to the station, like on my vacations when I come home, to do a one-off show here and there. So we'll see where it goes. But I'm super excited about that.
Yeah, I think as well, when you've got a job like that, you can always come back to it. Radio is such an amazing starting career for anyone who wants to go into it, like vocally as well, because I think for me, I love the radio because I think it's it's a lot more technical than what people think, behind the scenes and that. But I think it's such a unique experience that with this, I think this could open so many doors for you. So like in, 10 years time, we're going to have Tea with Lee, the radio show, maybe, You never know though, right? You just never know what could happen. But it's so good to know that you can have that stepping stone to come back. Like I've been very lucky with the jobs that I've had, because now it's opened doors for other places I can go, and hopefully for my future progress, because you never know. Yeah.
Well, one last thing, Charlie, that I wanna touch on with you, because I think you're such a happy, bright, and bubbly person. I'd love to know what you do, or how you stay positive and upbeat, because I'm sure there's a lot of people out there that are feeling the strain of this whole situation and getting quite tired by the process. So how do you stay upbeat?
I think the thing for me that makes me upbeat, there's a couple of things. It's quite a list, but it's not. First thing is singing. It's been a passion of mine for years, and I think that for me, it's such a good therapy for me, vocally and mentally, because it gives me a task to set. Like, I've been doing projects with a friend of mine. We're doing duets all the time, and that keeps you focused. I think, secondly, you can't focus on the negatives all the time. Like, I'm a preacher of positivity. I truly believe you practice what you preach. And if you are positive, like, even a smile can make someone's day better. And I learned that, years ago. But the one thing that really, truly makes me power through my day is my brother. It's kind of a bit of a cheesy story, but
That's nice.
My brother's got cerebral palsy. He was born with it, but he couldn't walk, couldn't talk, couldn't hear. Yet he has got his own flat, he's got his own car, and he's got his own life. He's got no worries. And every time I see him, he gets a bit annoyed because he's like, oh, why is my little sister here, and all that kind of stuff. But for me, he's a big inspiration, because if he can do anything, then I can do anything. And every day I just live and preach that. And I think, you know what? If he's happy, I'm happy. If you're happy, I'm happy. And if you're not happy, I will do anything and everything I can to make someone stay, whether that be a post, whether that be a smiley, whether that be we can't hug at the moment, but like air hug. But it's just that, really. Like, my brother is my biggest inspiration in life, and he always will be. It sounds a bit cheesy and corny, but that's what makes me happy every day, knowing that he's happy and he's well, and I'm going to keep doing that till the day I die.
Oh, that's lovely. That's really lovely. And I think you made your earlier points as well are so valuable. You're saying about staying positive and not focusing on the negatives. I wholeheartedly agree with you that you reap what you sow. So if you are focused on the negatives and you're only talking about negative stuff, your energy is going to be negative. So if you focus on positive things and talk about positive things, even if it's just about being hopeful or optimistic or avoiding negative subjects and only talking about things that have made you happy, that's going to help brighten your day. And you can practice positivity. I think it can be a habit, and people can fall into the habit of being negative just as easy as you can form the habit of positivity. And singing is booming here in the UK. My friend has set up a choir.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, he's been running choir practices and stuff, because he's a singing teacher online, but he's started like a community choir, and he did a project with the NHS as well, with the nurses.
Oh.
And they put a song together, and he made a whole video and stuff. But yeah, you're right. Singing is a great outlet for people. And choirs, you don't always have to be like Christina Aguilera or Luciano Pavarotti to have a place in a choir, especially a community choir. So I would advise anybody that's listening that's maybe intrigued by that, if your ears have pricked up going, oh, choir, look on Facebook on your local communities, or search Google, because it's really fun. And like I said, you don't have to be a big soloist to join a community choir. And people are finding so much joy in just sharing a song and connecting with each other on Zoom. Of course, a lot of these things have been remote. But yeah, I think that's really beautiful, Charlie. Thank you for sharing that.
That's all right. Like I said, guys, it's easier said than done to be positive, but I think a challenge for people is find one positive thing a day. This is something that I learned through cruising, actually. You actually taught me something similar to this. You find one positive thing a day that you reflect on, whether that means making a guest happy or sending a letter or getting involved with something that you've never done before. I think these days we need more positive energy and positive vibes, and just, as I always say, have fun, be safe, and keep being cheeky, because being cheeky is having a good time. You've got to have a bit of fun, whether that be, I don't know, singing a song, or with me and my family, like our house is decorated in the most weirdest, randomest stuff. Lee, you've seen my house, so it's just little trinkets or something, just find something that makes you smile every day, even if that's the sun shining or snow falling. Just find something once a day. That's a task.
Yeah, I absolutely love that. Well, Charlie, thank you so much for joining me here on the Tea with Lee podcast. It's an absolute pleasure to have you a part of the show finally, because as I said at the beginning, you've been such a real supporter of everything that I've been doing. So thank you so much.
Well, thank you for having me. It's been a true pleasure. And as I always say, keep being cheeky.
Good luck with your new job, Charlie. Thank you.
Bye.
Well, folks, that was another episode of Tea with Lee. I hope you enjoyed our catch-up with the wonderful cheeky Charlie. She is honestly as enthusiastic, bubbly and exuberant as she sounded throughout that whole episode. Before I let you go, I do have to remind you that I've got merchandise. Yes, I've got a little online shop over on shiptees.com. That's the place for your official Lee Your Cruise Director merchandise. So if you want to grab yourself a little colourful clutch bag, a hoodie, a zip-up jumper, t-shirts, caps, things to drink out of. I've even got flip-flops. I can't get over the fact that I've got flip-flops in my little merchandise store. I know. So check out shiptees.com to find the Lee Your Cruise Director collection. Thank you for joining me on the podcast, and I look forward to speaking to you all soon. Stay up late, have fun, and make memories. Bye for now, folks.